of everything.
I'm not gonna lie, I've learned a lot from them. And one of the things I've learned is take pride in your work, no matter what you do, and love it. Do you get what I mean? Love it. Go with positivity to the. You understand? You feel me? My brother, I'm trying to build and you're disappearing.
No, sorry, but I have to go, bro, because I've got my lift, yeah?
No.
Right, let's go, yeah?
Are you still there?
Yeah,
Yes?
for a while.
Come on, man.
Bro, you're on the road, bro.
First
Carry on,
time,
carry
it's
on.
my first time here.
The camera's here, so
Yeah.
if they go,
You're
they
raving,
can get...
innit?
I am, bro. What's your name, bro?
Jesse.
Jesse, carry on.
Respect to you, brother.
That's you.
Able, yeah?
But basically, we must build partners. We must
What's
build.
your name, bro?
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Then I
Able,
apologise. Able. Respect Able. And your name, my brother? Your name?
Oh, Jesse.
Jesse. Respect Jesse. Respect. So brothers and sisters, we must build partners and group collective, finance group collective organisations. And that's the only way we can move forward. These group collective organisations, it's not necessary that we feel like, oh, we must trust this or trust that. Transparency is easy because of technology now. We've got the internet. It's very easy for you to check on any account now. Very easily, anybody can do that. We got YouTube. Yeah, everything can be posted. So when we say, right, we're putting down an investment, yeah, this is how we're doing it. Everybody's agreed upon it. Okay, the 10 proprietors of the account have written off. They put the money out, right, we're recording them. We're doing it all live streaming. We can make a YouTube channel out of the whole process, out of the entire thing. Do you get what I mean?
YouTube's a very good platform to market. It's probably one of the best.
Definitely, but imagine marketing a peaceful, organised revolution of business with black people. We need the solution. We've heard the problem continuously, week after a week. You know, now we need the solution. Now we got to come with how do we, me talking about
building wealth.
Yes, building wealth.
I already know the solution to building wealth. There's three things you got.
No. See,
right.
you're misunderstanding.
Right,
Coming from the black perspective, coming from the perspective of
What's those three?
No, but he's misunderstanding the premise. You're misunderstanding the premise. My brother, it's not just building wealth.
Yeah.
It's building wealth for black people.
Yeah, of course.
Full stop. Globally.
That's what I'm thinking.
Globally.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Talk to me. From a group collective,
so
not an individual collective.
Obviously,
Yes.
regarding, because I've got a background in business, whatever. I've worked in businesses. I've also spoken to wealthy people. At one point, some Chinese millionaire tried to.
Get to the point, Majid.
I get it.
Come on.
Right?
Yes.
Three things you got to know about building wealth. You got to understand about economics. Right? Economics is basically key about how the whole world basically interacts.
How does black people, as a group collective, build
economics? Black economics course.
Yeah, explain us now, right now. Let's say, how are we going to make each other rich right now?
How are you going to make each other rich?
No, how are we? Not you. How are we going to make each other rich right now? Yes, explain, please.
First, you got to know about economics, right? You got to also learn from other rich people who are in similar.
This is long-winded. I'm being serious. I'm saying it's long-winded, bro. Because what you're saying is you got to go and study. But I'm saying, how can I make you money now?
You can't make money now.
This is business. 1 minute. Let me answer my question.
All right, go on.
Basically, as I was saying, we need to create institutions.
Yes.
There is no global black bank. Yeah. Number one. Black people worldwide should be taxed. Yeah. Worldwide to benefit all of their endeavours. And this global institution, and I'm being ambitious when I'm speaking, it must be extremely transparent. It must be transparent. And we can't create excuses of, oh, I don't trust this person or that person. Because if other groups can do it, then why can't we? And it's not trust because, as you know,
shall I tell you why we can't? Shall I tell you why?
No, I don't want to hear why we can't. I don't want to hear why we can't. I want to hear how we're going to do it. How we're going to do it.
I told you what we're going to do, right?
Tell us what we're going to do. You're telling
what you're going to do. Alright, what you're going to do.
Are you listening?
Alright, is first you got to understand economics.
Alright.
Right? You've got to understand
You're assuming the understanding of economics isn't there already.
Huh?
You're assuming I don't understand economics.
I'm not saying you do. I don't know you personally, so I don't know what you know. I don't know what's in your brain.
Right, so you be specific. I don't understand how you're explaining it. I'm trying to understand.
Economics meaning financially how to basically build wealth. Basic economics meaning economics in terms of wealth, how money is distributed. There's many different types of economics, right? So I'm talking about financially monetizing.
Can I just say something really quickly, brother? Do you know why the shotters on the block? They may be the dumbest in some cases of people, yeah? But they may make the most money, yeah? Because it's just simple. simplicity, understanding that, bro, we're in a bad situation.
Okay.
We need to get out of this situation.
Okay.
How do we get out of it now?
Okay,
Now, right this second. No, wait, one minute. No, I understand.
Okay.
Be patient with me.
I'm being
I understand what you're
listening.
saying. I'm not saying you're wrong. I agree with everything you've said.
Thank you.
All it is I'm literally talking about in real time, right now.
Yeah.
What's your name again, my brother?
Jesse McCracken.
Jesse?
Yes.
How do me, Jesse, Raven, and what's your name again, Mom? And Abel, my bad, sorry, Abel, how do we now create something right now that's going to make us money every month?
You can't do it right now.
Wrong.
This is the thing,
Wrong.
This is the
You
thing
said you studied business. I disagree.
Look, so all right, you disagree.
I disagree.
All right. First, you've got to understand business. Am I lying? All right. So that takes time, right? You got to also understand economics. Does that not take time to understand economics? It's going to take a while, isn't it?
So I think you're right, and also
I think you're misunderstanding.
There's
What
error
am I
for-
misunderstanding?
There's error for
Educate
understanding. Well, let me jump because
It's dire right now
I've been
for us.
listening, right?
It's
I've been
dire,
listening, yeah.
and we need to go
I think
through
what the
fast.
brother's saying is right now,
Yeah.
do you have money on you?
Yes.
All right. Do you buy stuff?
Yes.
Do you buy from black businesses?
Yes.
Are you dedicated to do that?
Huh?
Are you dedicated to do that?
Depending if the service is good enough.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
Go on.
Now, are you trying to start businesses?
Not at the moment, no.
But you will want to, right?
Yeah.
And if a black person came to you with a business idea, would you listen to them and entertain them?
Depends on what the business idea is.
Obviously, if it's a business, but are you actively trying to work with black people to better the condition of black people?
Yes.
Well, then for me, you've already started. If you're sincere.
Yeah. I'm very sincere.
Now, you got, now
I could tell you what I know, but you could continue.
studying
Are you
business
scared?
is refinement. Studying business is a refinement, isn't it? Right?
Yeah.
But we have survival business acumen within us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I think brother's trying to allude to actually tapping into that.
Yes.
How do you do that at like 2-day rate? Meaning I trade you where I think today,
Right.
and the brother's trying to give you his.
Right.
his
So how you can learn that today?
And the reason why, Raven's right in exact, and the reason why is because our condition is so dire. We're in a position right now where in America we're getting shot down for no reason at all, left, right and centre.
I would somewhat agree with that.
In some cases,
Go
around the world in different cases we're being enslaved. Around the world in different cases we're being pushed off of our land and our land robbed completely.
I agree with that, yeah.
So it is very dire. The only place where we're still treated slightly civilized is Europe. When that goes tits up, we're
I
finished.
somewhat agree with that.
Yeah, so if that ever does go tits up, we're done. Yeah. Now the way the far right are looking right now in Europe, it looks like we better get on our bike. We haven't got time for someone to go, all right, I'm going to go and study economics. Yeah. We've got people amongst us. One minute. We've got people amongst us who may be financially literate.
I think
who
we'll be
may
better off
we have
if
to.
it falls.
Okay.
I just believe that we'll be better off if the whole shit just fell. We'll be better off.
Okay. When
I
you
would
say.
say so.
I think the longer we stay in this shit, and you know, living in a capitalistic society comes with a certain way of thinking as well. The longer we stay in here, we're going to get eaten up by it.
I disagree.
All right.
I think that you must master your terrain. And the old African psychology was we looked at nature and we adored nature. And we adored how nature mastered its terrain. The roots in the ground master its terrain. The ants master their terrain. The bees, every creature learns how to master its environment. You don't run from the challenge. You confront the challenge and you master it. That's what human beings have done from the beginning of time. You don't say, oh, we can't do it. If other groups can do it, then why can't we? And do it today. I mean, like, let's open a bank account
beast sets
tomorrow
up a good
or yesterday.
traps,
I got right.
The beast sets up good traps, though.
What I'm saying is this, right? You know how you said you're mastering the terrain, right? If you were saying to make money now, you've got to understand that we live in Great Britain. We got to understand their system in regards to building wealth, or
But you're assuming that no one in the group that I'm talking about will
I am
understand
not
that.
assuming anything.
Okay.
I'm just saying, look, I don't know
So
what you know.
we need people
I
that
don't
are
know what's in your head.
financially-
I don't know what's in your head. I don't know what's in your head. All I'm saying is I know to an extent how to build wealth. And based off what I know.
So you're in the group and you'll be beneficial to the group then. There you go.
So
There you
I'm
go.
pretty much-
Hello?
alright,
Hello?
so
That's it.
I
So
am.
you've done
I'm,
it.
it's not like
That's
I'm
the
just.
solution.
Alright, hear me out.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like
That's
I'm
it,
just.
innit?
It's not like I'm
Yeah.
just going around here. Like I speak to I put other black guys on game about how to build wealth. like, or even on YouTube, right? I link up with like American guys who are wealthy, so they tell me what's going on, like how to basically build wealth. What I'm saying, based off what another rich person have said, yeah, based on the research I've done, it always came to three things. You've got to learn off other rich people, right? Preferably black, right? Because obviously black people have different like problems in regards of that, yeah. Because everyone's not equal. I don't really buy that to an extent. You got to know about economics, right? Period.
What aspects of economics do you have to know about? I didn't study economics.
When you say everyone's
really-
not
When,
equal
when
as
people
well,
tell me about
that?
economics,
What I mean by this is,
yeah, it's like
what I mean by this
babble
is,
to me.
alright, what I
like
mean
it.
by not everyone's equal, right? I would say the idea of equality is an illusion. I don't really think that, I'm not saying anyone is better than anyone else. That's what I'm coming from. But saying the fact is that women, right, and men are equal is nonsense. The way I see it is women and men have differences in strengths in different ways. That's how I see it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you're going to go to economics.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So economics, the thing is
So,
economics
would
is
you-
so...
would you-
Do we have
would
to
you
know
say that
about
black people
economics?
do not have
Would
the
you say
ability to build
we have to know
institutions?
economics.
Huh?
I'm saying.
Alright.
Would you say black
If
people
I-
don't have the
if-
ability
if I
to build
told-
institutions?
Alright, if I told you basically, alright, if I was to give you a book,
No, I'll ask you a question.
alright, go on.
Would you say that
I
black...
think
Let me
it's
ask
like-
him a question real
Go,
fast.
go,
Would you say that black people
Yeah.
do not have the ability to build institutions like other groups? Institutions like
No.
a bank or a
I
hospital?
think we can do it.
All right.
But the thing is
There's a
we
but.
don't have the knowledge. We don't really have the knowledge
We don't-
to an extent.
No, I see every
I wouldn't
week.
say like for us, right? Let's like as
Look at all the
as
investment banking black brothers in
Aye.
Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan.
Right.
Like, let me give you an example. Business analysts.
Like, as
Are
black-
you listening to what the
I'm
brother said?
listening to what you're saying. JP Morgan.
He said there's
whoa.
black
I'm working
people within these
recruitment, so I
organisations.
recruit nearly
Right.
half the percentage in Hackney
Right.
when it comes to Muslim brothers, Christian brothers.
Alhamdulillah.
Like, I have
everyone,
to.
yeah.
Everywhere. Because certain man need a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I have to help them out.
Alhamdulillah.
But like I said, nowadays there's a lot of our black brothers. They're getting their degrees, moving into higher places.
And forgetting themselves.
Bro, I see a
Completely.
brother. He's trying to do blockchain.
Yeah, I know.
Remember when she's doing blockchain?
It's a madness. I'm not into
No,
all of that weird stuff. I know.
as a startup, companies will look at it and be like,
hope I see you
that
again
is
next
basically
week.
like a
Yeah,
bank.
I'm here now.
Blockchain is
I'm
basically,
ready.
but it's based like a bank. So there's so many startups that is black owned. That when it comes to IT and blockchain, a lot of the VC funds and private equity firms are going to invest in it.
What's the interest on the loans?
You can get a £3.5 million loan on a blockchain, but with 15% of capital of your company. But 15% for 100% is good. But you can get your Series A with 3.5 million, but your Series B might be like 7 million.
What kind of
But Baba,
idea does a man have to get to have that? You'd have to have
Just start up your own company,
Yeah.
have a vision,
Yeah.
have a solution, solve it. Entrepreneurship. It's the only way.
He's pretty much
So
spot on.
how would
Yeah, he's spot on. Let me look.
how would you say black
You
people?
don't make no sense to me. I just want education.
It is complicated.
So when you tell me them little
It's
short,
business
man,
studies,
I'm
bro,
like,
man.
what?
But can we talk about partner?
It's business
Partner
studies
is
and
the very
economics.
best
Partner's
thing.
no
There you go.
different.
You just said it.
It's
I was
business
gonna
studies.
go-
It's
I was
business
about to
studies and
say-
economics.
No,
You've
but
got-
It's
no,
macroeconomics.
partners
as
are
well.
this-
would you
So-
say, Raven, that partner is no different from what the brother's
Partners, we
explaining,
need to be
but they're just
practicing the
jargon
partner.
included?
Alright, so
The
can
only
I say
thing
something?
me and you
Same
have
thing, right?
argument
Can I
on,
say
yeah.
something?
So that's why I was explaining that partner is the right way for us. You know about partner?
Yeah,
The only thing me
Yeah,
and
but
you
can
have
I say something?
argument on, yeah, is whose name
Let me
is
say
gonna
something.
hold
Let me
up
say
money,
something.
right,
Let
at
me
least
say
what- but
something. Let me say
we-
something.
We,
Brother.
that's the only argument.
Capitalism is the only way for us black brothers.
You think so?
You know why?
100.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
I agree. Go
Let me tell you why. The Nation of Islam, capitalistic state, brotherhood. They
amongst
invest
them,
into
there
other
ain't no
brothers. No,
elites.
soon as they build,
They
it's like-
bought this, my uniform,
it's like a
and
one-off.
my other uniform, my
But
better
there was
uniform. This is my worst uniform. You
You
ain't
see
seen
when
my
the
other one.
capitalism,
Expensive.
in what we're used to out here, right? Some people may not even understand that. Because out here, we see elitism, based up, well, I got more money than you, so I should be looked upon like, I'm better than you in
It's a
society.
saying.
That's how people
Listen, listen,
I don't say that nation is
brother, there's a saying.
capitalist.
Brother, listen, hold on.
No,
There's a
no,
saying.
they're definitely capitalist.
Listen, there's a saying, there's a
That
saying.
was group economics.
Yeah, which is
And
capitalism.
trying to help
Bro,
the people.
I'll ask him a question.
There was no
Bro, there's a saying, there's a
no,
saying.
group
Look,
economics,
look, brother, there's a saying. You have the wealth, right? You have the wealth, right? I have the knowledge. You're going to leave with the knowledge, I'm going to leave with the wealth.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Alright.
I don't get it.
Do you have a certain like extent of you have an idea,
You're a salesman.
even a basic idea?
You're a salesman.
I'm a salesman.
Yeah, I believe you're a salesman.
I work in recruitment. So, selling a dream to someone is something I can do. So
Right. Go on.
So would you say you have a basic idea or
Hey,
basic?
come Rasta, man. We are talking about partner, you know.
about
Come
partner?
down.
Alright, so you have a basic. Would you
Yeah,
have
man.
a basic?
Man, I talk
Come-
about
come-
partner.
come into the
understanding
camera.
or you would say you
Come
have
here,
the knowledge
man,
to
man, have
basically build
argument,
wealth?
but
Yes.
who have got all the money?
Alright, so
He said,
if I
10
told
man
you,
of it,
right,
put
to
them
build
in
wealth,
on the
right, it may
account.
be
Mr.
different
One
to-
man that
It may
me
be different
trust.
to
Me
me
want
as
to
a
see. Me don't want the 10
Would you
man
say
on
if
the
I was to
account.
build wealth,
Any
right,
one of them
which
man
I'm
there,
supposed to build
if the money
is
gone,
economics,
me
you
don't
gotta
know if I
understand economics to an extent.
him or
And
him,
business.
him I
There you go,
lie,
business
him I
and
lie.
finance.
In the see me I say?
There you go.
You
If
lot.
the money get
What
back
happened to order?
These are no,
Order.
Some
Hey,
discipline.
moderator. Moderator. Moderator.
So one man,
Moderator,
10
you're not
man,
moderating.
and he don't
Also,
know
moderate,
who
come
you-
on.
I don't know who you is.
Moderator.
There we go. There we go.
Well, moderate.
Moderator.
Go ahead.
Moderate this.
let's get, we can just go in for a minute because
We're gonna go back to the partner.
All right. So who's speaking now? Who's speaking?
I was
who's
meant
going to
to
speak?
ask.
No, he
Yeah, you were in the middle of something.
No, he asked me a question. It wasn't on
What's the
camera.
question?
So what was the question again?
Yeah, so what I was going to say, right, is in regards of basic building wealth, right?
Yes.
Like you say, there's three things that I think that you've got to know regarding basic building wealth, right? That would be basically economics to a certain extent, right? There's other things that you basically mentioned, right? Like finance, business, things of that nature, right? And also learning off other rich people.
That's the question. What are the three incomes of a company? Sales,
Yeah.
assets, and bonds.
Bonds, you talk about assets,
Assets and bonds, because bonds are different to assets.
fair enough. And that's basically to do with economics.
Sales, when it comes to sales, it increases revenue.
Yeah, of course.
And it goes into assets.
Yeah.
And then you can make it as a bond.
It makes sense to me.
That's why you've got to take time and
You have
learn.
to define the topic.
Like
You have to
clearly
define the
he's on
topic.
point. He knows what he's
I
talking
would
about.
have thought
Let's define the
your
topic.
business
Let's
is
define the topic.
sustained.
Define what we're talking about.
You were talking about partner
How
first,
do black
but then
people?
he said we need to have three things.
Right.
And that's why we
But
start talking about
let's define the
economics.
topic
Remember
because
that.
I'm not saying, but it's still not on black people. How do black people build wealth as a group collective globally? First here, where we are together. How do we do it?
He said there's
How did we
three
do it
things.
yesterday?
That's what I just said.
He said there's
That's
three
a
things
brief
we
example.
need.
Yeah, but you didn't mention black people.
No. Bro,
And you
I
didn't
don't
mention the
even
side
know.
politics. Here's the
No,
problem.
he's talk- we
You're not
talk-
staying
he knows
on
we're
job.
talking about
You don't
black
understand.
people. He
No,
knows.
now you're speaking textbook business. And,
Yeah.
and if you're speaking textbook business, but you're not mentioning,
But I wanna
you're
hear
not
his
mentioning the
ideas, though.
experience. No, you're not understanding the challenges. 1 minute. You're not understanding the challenges that are faced from this group. You're speaking as if you're speaking about robots. We're speaking about a group of people that are subjugated on the planet, a group of people that need to come together, that have many problems, yeah? That may not understand economics, as you were saying, may not understand business, as you were saying, but
have a plan.
we need to make it a universal understanding so everybody can say, right, I have to take my little £5 a month and stick it into this account because there's a million of us and we're all benefiting so many things together. Right. Now
You can't
go
save
for it.
yourself into wealth. That, you can't
Pardon?
really say- I wouldn't say you could really save yourself into
I didn't
wealth.
mention saving ourselves. I mentioned
No, I
how
mean
we
saving.
build wealth. You're going off topic. I didn't mention saving. Did I say saving ourselves? Did I say
So you
saving
didn't say
ourselves?
saving?
No, I said
Oh,
how
what
do
you
we
say?
build wealth as a group, collective,
Yeah.
with the challenges that we face.
And I
if
gave
you're
you
talking
that.
about
I
business
gave you that.
specifically or
Not just
economics
business.
specifically, but you're not addressing
My
the-
man said
the-
there's three things
you-
we need. I want to hear
right.
them three things
Yeah,
we
but,
need.
but in the we,
what
in
he
the we,
said, I want to hear
in the
him.
we,
I said
in
there's
the
three
we,
things.
in
I
the
said there's
we,
three things.
in
I
the
said
we.
When you
One
say
time.
economics,
Moderate.
Economics,
when you
yes.
say
One
economics,
time.
that don't make no
They don't-
sense
they
to
don't-
me.
it's-
That's
maybe
why you
it's too
got on
complicated.
me.
Tell me about economics.
Maybe it's
What
too
did you learn
complex.
in
I can't.
economics that we need to know?
Obviously, you know,
Everyone
right?
can say
I can't basically.
I just mentioned it. I just mentioned
Alright,
it.
he basically
Sales,
mentioned it.
assets and bonds.
Let me
Sales,
let me
assets and
explain
bonds.
something, right?
That is economics.
Let me
That's
explain
the whole
something. Let me
approach.
explain
That makes
something.
sense to me.
I can't speak to you, right?
Okay. When you sell a product to
And
someone,
this is-
does it increase money, revenue?
We need to do this yesterday.
When you sell something to someone, do you have
let
money?
me start again. Let me start again. Let me start again.
Family.
Let me start again.
Because he
Let me
needs to
start
hear the
again.
concept.
I've been watching you all I've been promoting all of you.
Except me.
And this brother knows I've been promoting all of you. Yeah? And I know you, even before I came down here.
You know?
Woo! Yeah? And now I'm down here next to you. I'm saying, brothers, yeah? As men, yeah? We must do what men do. We must do what human beings do. If you see a bee and it can't fly, you'll say, what's wrong with the bee? If you see an ant and it can't carry, you'll say, what's wrong with the ant? So as human beings, we build civilization, we build society. That starts with institution. Now all that really means is a bank. All that means is a form of us collectively coming together, putting money down together and agreeing on what we're investing in. This is what all groups do.
Since our people come here, what I have found is that the first generation have all got houses, and it's all to do with the business, yeah? The reason why they got houses is because they were able to share amongst themselves. Now my dad's 80, he's still got a partner. That means he's got trusted people who's his age that he can trust and share money with. So at a certain time of the year, he gets money. But us as children, his children, never took that to the next level.
Right.
So when he dies, that's it done. When my dad died, that's the partner business finished. Because none of the kids them now want to take that on. Or build within themselves. They want to go and find what they see on TV, where this, where, whatever. But what I'm saying to you, they're not building together. You understand? So they don't have houses. My generation don't have houses. And my kids don't have a chance of having houses in London.
Right.
You understand?
Right, with the prices, it's ridiculous.
You understand?
Right.
So the building thing, like what you're talking about, you have to devise a system, and the system comes from the partner.
From the partner.
Let me tell you
Because that's the
something.
foundation.
My
It's the
grandparents used to
foundation.
do the partner as well.
In Arabic, what they call it? There's a word for it in Arabic.
Yes, that happens. But what I'm saying to you, it still
That
goes on.
foundation
It still goes on. Because my dad's,
It's
If I need a word,
culture thing. We've always done it.
One time, fam.
Sorry.
and he still runs his partner because he's got people around him that he can still trust.
But nowadays,
it's all trust.
That's the reason why they
The lack of trust is a
Okay,
one thing.
okay. Can I cut in when you say lack of trust? Sorry. Oh, you were going to say something.
millennials these days, you can't trust millennials. Let me
What's
tell you the reason
millennials?
why.
I don't know what it is.
Because they'll stab you in your back and take your
Oh, you're talking
ID.
about the
Millennials. He's not lying. They will stab you in your back and take your ID. Or they will copy you and try to gain.
So are you
clout
saying?
from
Let me
it.
ask you a question.
not
Let
lying,
me ask you a
he's not
question.
lying.
Let me ask you a
Social
question.
media's full of that.
Let me ask you a question.
So
if
what
you're saying,
solution?
yeah, right,
Solution?
right, now here-
Cut
let-
social media.
Right. Let-
Focus on your business and
let-
focus on
let-
yourself.
Look.
One time,
You
because-
look understanding something, right?
Just so you know, before you speak, right,
Yeah.
this is always what happens when black people talk about black economics and collective.
Right.
This kind of thing. So, now continue.
Oh, basically, if we're saying that we can't trust each other, yeah, we've misunderstood business. Because business is not about
Millennials.
All right, millennials.
generation.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. If you're saying millennials, or if you're saying we've been spoiled in this environment to the point where we cannot do what normal human beings do, yeah, then there's a problem. That means that we haven't got wings if we're a bee. That means we haven't got the strength to carry something if we're an ant. I disagree with this. I believe we do have the ability to do such a thing, and I think trust is the last thing you've got to worry about with today's technology, because everything can be completely transparent. We can have it all on camera, everything that's taking place.
Well, you see what you're talking about. I agree with you. I took some of my friends back in the day, say 20 years ago, and we all went to school together. And we said, let's put £5 together and just forget about it. We'll just put it in the bank, and then when our kids get big, we've got maybe something to build in the community for them what we're not seeing. You understand? Now, what I'm getting at is that, like, everybody's got their thing, what they need to do. Now, the transparency, like what you're talking about with the system, like what we've got now, you understand? The kids, them are using it to do
Big things.
big
Madness.
things.
Yes.
And good things and bad things.
Madness.
Yeah.
But
Madness. Complete
the
madness.
They're making
mechanics,
money.
The mechanics
They're
is
making
here
money.
now. The
Right.
mechanics is here now.
Right.
I hear
I
you.
say one thing. I think the media does. I mean, the internet and all this, like, it does dumb us down though to a certain extent. So like
In what way?
ADHD. So
ADHD is fake.
I'm just aware.
ADD, ADHD, anxiety, all of these things issued by the NHS is fake.
Maybe, but what before we
True.
do-
It's a scam for tablets.
All I'm saying is I've
From
noticed
drugs.
that no solution has been placed down at the moment. So we're all saying stuff. I don't think the brother got to the end of what he was actually saying.
Oh yeah.
So do you want to get to the end of an idea that you reckon should be practiced?
That will work.
Basically, guys, yeah, we've got to remember that not all of us in our environment will have a basic understanding of economics and business, yeah? But all of us, or brotherhood possibly, but all of us do have the understanding, 150% of, I put a little bit of money in the bank and I leave it there and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, yeah? And if everybody puts money into one account and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and we're all investing together, yeah? And we're all saying, okay, we all have to vote on exactly what we're investing in, yeah? And obviously, sometimes you may have to appease the leaders at times because they may think you're getting so big that you have to invest in the NHS. You've got no choice, yeah? To say, all right, look, we're investing in the NHS. Let us run. Let us keep doing our thing.
40% tax.
No, not just tax. You got to understand the game. See the game of politics. See the game of politics, economics, and business. Yeah, it's the relationship between people. It's all about how we relate to one another. And you've got to remember that whenever black people come together and discuss how we're going to financially aid one another and rise, people will get worried, right? Because the structure of economics is such that we are at the bottom of that structure, benefiting the entire structure. So a majority of people are subconsciously happy that we remain in that place because the way they see it is if we go up, someone goes down, and no one else wants to go down. So understanding that is understanding that, okay, you can't blame people for not wanting to be at the bottom. Understandable. But we can blame ourselves for not being organised enough to at least be climbing. And climbing we shall climb. You understand?
Let me tell you the biggest issue with the
Everybody has to be on board too.
Everybody must be on board.
Let me tell you.
What happens like black people?
Yeah,
no disrespect. This is specifically about black people.
Let's talk about
I'm not a
biggest issue with the
racist.
party.
Can I say something? Can I reiterate this? This is specifically about black people. The reason why it's specifically about black people is because black people are at the bottom of the pile, starving around the world, killing one another because we have been poisoned with ideologies of imperialism, which are ghosts in our mind, as Amos Wilson said, ghosts in our minds that have literally possessed us, yeah? To think that we have no ability to create institutions like other people. So we are bees that cannot fly. So specifically, you must speak about this issue. Remember, you're not speaking about economics. You're not speaking about politics. You're not speaking about business. You're speaking about how black people put their wealth together and invest it to benefit themselves and later others.
My friend, I hear what you're saying, but I want to know how we're going to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Right, I love
do
it.
this.
I beg you, the brother just said, brother, this is exactly what it needs to be done. Brother said, how do we do it? And it's not, how do we do it, can you explain it? It's, I want to do it, let's do it. We've got no choice. You must understand that there is no choice in this thing. If a bee can't fly, it will die. If an ant can't carry the sugar cube, it is dead. Natural human instinct is survival. The minute you think that you are infringing upon your natural right to survive, whatever is making you think that you are against your own natural inclination to survive, you are doing it wrong. So, if a Muslim, Christian, Jew, Hindu, non-black person comes to you and says, what you're doing is out of order, if the government that you're doing it in says that's out of order, you'll say, what are you talking about? Everybody else is doing it. What do you mean it's out of order? Oh, you just want me to be at the bottom. That's all it is. But you must rise, you must climb. Why must you climb? Because the Creator said you must climb, and I'm here to aid you in that climbing. So, we need to open up a bank account. We need 10 proprietors to the bank account. We need to know.
yeah, but what I'm
We need
saying
to know.
though, the biggest issue is to make sure. The biggest issue is to make sure that this man pays his money. This man pays his money.
Job allocation. Job allocation.
At the end of
Job
the month,
allocation. Job allocation.
Yeah.
That's employability. What you're talking about, everybody must have different roles within this.
Because
Right.
if he don't
Right, yes.
if two man don't,
Right.
What are you?
look, if 10 man don't,
Right.
look, brother,
Yeah, totally.
if you have 100 man and 15 man don't come true next month, yeah, that fuck up the whole pot.
Yeah, but what you're saying is like an ant saying, I'm not going to carry the cube, yeah, of sugar, yeah, because I'm not sure whether that ant over there is going to carry the cube of sugar. We've got no choice. You must understand what I'm saying. You must understand why the Nation of Islam will stand up there all bold and proud and say the white man's the devil. What they don't mean every white man. They're saying the white system that has imprisoned every race, including white people, is an evil system. And it is a system that's been prophesied in the Bible as an evil system
mindset,
and prophesied in every
They've
religion.
got the same mindset. That's what they can get with each other.
Let me keep on topic. Let me keep on. I
Their
really
religion,
want to know
yeah,
what
whether
we
we like it or not, religion is a culture, like, you know what I mean? To them, that's their culture. They follow how to eat to
No,
live.
but I'm not
by
talking about
Elijah
them.
Muhammad.
I'm talking about
I'm just
us.
saying, that's why it's easier for them.
I'm talking about
when
us.
We're dealing with us as a
Morocco. I was
All
watching
over
on
the
television Moroccan women going to Spain, yeah, with rucksacks of tangerines on their back. You understand? Right? Huddling to sell tangerine to survive. Do you understand? This is black people suffering. You understand? I was watching about Somalian, yeah? There was a drought. There was no food. People then were dying, yeah? I'm not here to talk about other people's culture. I'm here to talk about our culture and how we fix our problem. Yes, no, but one moment. One moment. Earlier on, me and the brother were talking, and the brother said, I'm black.
Yeah.
And I said, I love you for that, brother. Because he knows himself. He's a Moroccan brother. He said, I'm black because he knows himself. But not every single Moroccan going to say I'm black. Who wants to be with the person on the bottom? When you can say, you know what? I could actually groove, you know. I could groove. That's why I rate man who could groove. I rate man who could say, you know what? Well, F you lot. I'm not on the boat, on that boat. I can jump on this boat. But they know the reality, their heart's too real. It can't allow them to lie to themselves. If the ant says, I cannot pick up this cube because the other ant will not pick up this cube, then we have no pyramid being built. And that is not how we built pyramids, guys. Okay.
So do you know about building? No, hold on, brother. Hold on. Do you know about building a monarchy? It's like a club. It's like a club.
Yeah, like a club, right?
We're talking about. See the elite, for example. They have a pyramid. We're talking about having our own pyramid.
Right.
In order to branch over them, so we could.
No, see,
wars.
I don't talk about the others.
No, I have
see,
to.
when we talk
I have
one
to
thing I love about Raven.
They are examples.
You know why I
Big
don't?
example.
All right, their system has failed themselves. They've
But not
created,
now.
yes, now they've
now.
created nuclear bombs that can blow up the whole planet. That is a fail. That is an absolute fail. There is no future in nuclear war. Yet they propagate nuclear war. Yet they sell nuclear bombs and nuclear weapons. They have failed 100%, and they themselves will tell us, yes, we have failed. So we take the good from their systems and we leave the bad. I'm not knocking their system. No, there's good in it. There's good and bad. I'm saying don't take the bad of them, take the good. But let's not discuss them. We got to discuss ourselves. We got a lot of building to do.
We have a lot of potential.
I'm saying let's talk about we, innit?
Bro.
You see what we do? You see the poison we got? You don't understand how deep this is, you know? You don't understand how deep this is. I've watched this. I've watched people go round and round in circles. And that's what we're doing. The brother said, how do we do it? Who's willing to open up the bank account and be the first 10 proprietors? Hands.
Definitely up.
Hands. Okay. So
my name.
1 minute. No, it's 10 people, brother.
Yeah, and then anyone
You said my name.
But I'm interested in the transparency that you were talking
Joint bank account, that's
Thank
it.
you, yes.
Are you telling me anyone them
Joint bank
10 man
account,
control
that's it.
No. They have to all agree. They have to sign. They all have to sign. Yeah.
Shareholders agreement.
Right.
That's what it's called,
Right,
a shareholders agreement. When you open a business bank account, you do a shareholders agreement.
need 3 more people.
Every single shareholder has got a point in a share of the company. Therefore, everyone puts in money. It's not gonna leave. It's gonna stay there. Shareholders agreement. That's the only way.
Right, so we got the credentials. You know how to do this.
Yeah,
thing.
I know how to do it.
The thing is, I'm serious about what I'm saying. I'm not just saying it. So we need another 3 people. We got
You don't
7.
really need
1,
a
2,
business
3,
even.
4, 5, 6.
You could just
we
put
need
the
4
money
people.
for it.
No. What Forex? What for?
You're
IMO?
not understanding. It's basic. It's basic. You know what you're doing.
IMO is the
You know
biggest
what you're doing.
pyramid scheme in the UK.
Family, come on. So look,
The foreign exchange.
I'm listening to what people are saying. I'm listening to this.
Get out. One day trading.
This guy's talking about Forex. I'm talking about
You lot are going
assets.
around the
Assets.
house.
Yeah,
Get used to make money.
Shareholding is completely
Raven,
different.
you're the moderator. You're meant to moderate this.
I didn't know I was, but now I am. All right, family,
Well,
let's
you're
go
always
around.
the moderator. I've been watching. I've been watching.
So here's
You're
what
always the
here's what
moderator.
it is,
I
yeah?
didn't know.
Here's what I'm pushing, right? My thing here is to get as many black people to come down and consistently seek out other black people to have these conversations. Yeah?
But conversations is nice.
Yeah.
I'm saying,
Yes,
I'm saying
why
let's
I
put
say-
the money down. That's what the brother say. Let's do it.
Hands
Let's
up.
open up the account.
What I'm saying is,
Right.
it's the mindset. You said that before we start, we have to understand black people helping black people, right? That has to be the core start.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
if black people don't agree
Yeah,
to that
yeah,
or
but
accept
we-
that,
the first-
then
right.
it goes all over the houses, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And that's what it is, yeah?
Yeah.
So that's why the first thing I say is I'm a black veteran builder.
Right.
That's black people
Right.
helping black people on
Right.
black issues. That's why when you say you want to start something and it's for black people,
Right.
I say yes. You know what I mean? I'm going to listen to it, I'm going to analyze it, and go with it, right?
Right.
But we need other people to actually come down and be a part of it. We need people to actually see it as a way of life. innit?
I've got a person who's FCA approved.
I agree with what you say.
FCA
SA
approved.
regulated.
One
Yeah,
second.
Financial
right.
Conduct Authority.
Right. So right.
One
I can get SAV approved like that, I know. Everything you're talking about is so easy to do.
It's so easy seconds. Let brother speak.
You see,
It's
you
a
see the younger,
click of
you see the
finger.
younger people now, yeah? They're the ones I'm really most concerned about because they're the ones who've got the most disposable income. Once you have a family, your income is divided up to the government, and you can't get away from that. But these kids that have their family, that are out there,
It's like we don't have that, right? And that's why I'm saying I would like us to all come down. Like my starting point is getting black people to come here to talk. We come here, we go somewhere else to discuss the next
You're
step.
saying what I'm saying is early. You're saying we're too early. We're not there yet.
Look,
We're already there.
I think we are there for what you are, but not necessarily people here. Yeah? Like my job is to get you in a network where you're going to meet 10 other people who are just like you. When you come to the park and you got next man who's got next things going on and you inspire him, yeah, but he doesn't have to pee, it might not be ready for him, right? But it's to get you to meet the people who are on your level. But then what I'm saying is they exist, right? But they've never seen you. So what kind of networks do we have to erect to make sure that they see you, right? Now, that's what it is. Bro, I've taken your number, yeah? You
Something
want
called
that?
LinkedIn.
No, not that number, but I'll give you that.
Because what it was, I've got a network of 600 black people, right? Yeah, they network on different areas of activity. Now, if you want to present your area, we can have meetings and you can meet up with them so that. What I'm saying is, there might be more people in that area, right? But even before you get there, right, I think Speed's Call is important because you heard about me through Speed's Call, right? You saw what I was saying, you came down, right? Well, the idea is for people to see you and come down, isn't it? The idea is that every weekend there's a place black people come to discuss stuff. And once we get a certain number of elite-minded people, we start going to certain places. Yeah? There's a lot going on, but we're just not connected, isn't it? Right? So with me, my thing I'm trying to do is actually using technology to create networks. Yeah,
connection time.
That's why I'm always asking for developers, UX, UIs, these kind of jobs where we can build applications that people just log in, so you can tell your nephew and
On
your
their
auntie,
phone.
yeah, I go look, boom. Just log into this, and all black people are connected. That's where I'm at. Now, funny enough, in order to fund that,
why is that not existing now?
I have a C++ qualification. This is easy to do.
okay, so we got, so you're a developer, is that right?
Yes, I can develop apps and mobile sites.
Okay, so that's one person, yeah. So we're gonna take a number, right?
All you need is one person. That's all you need. The script and code, that's all you need is one
Because you
person.
need front end.
Front end developers.
and
That's
back end
easy to
development.
get. That's easy to
Well,
get.
what I'm saying is, we can say a cake is easy to make, but if you don't have a baker, you can't bake it, right? And that's why tangibility is very
That's why
important.
LinkedIn comes involved.
Of course, but before you get there, you have to have people confess that black people who want to help black people with black issues. Because if you don't confess that, then what happens is you get
There's
people.
groups on LinkedIn that do this.
Well, I'm hopeful. What I'm saying then, it'll be your duty to introduce those people to other black people, so betterment can happen. But right now, the network isn't there. But to answer your question, that's this is what we should be doing. This is what I'm doing. Now, maybe that might need funding. So maybe the thing you're raising might need the funding, because maybe you might be able to get developers, but if they need 1 month to build it and they can't do it for free because they've got children, they might need, I don't know how much it costs to develop, maybe 30 grand,
A fan,
10 grand, 3 grand, I don't
cheapest
know, right?
developer you can get.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, this is a solution I'm seeing as a tangible start. Now, I'm trying to put that to so tangible that I'm saying literal things like black people come here and we discuss it. Yeah. Every time you see a black person, we try to see where they're at. Now we have to get black people to admit I'm a black person who wants to help black people on black issues. Once you confess that, they come here. But if they start doing all this kind of like kumbaya, everyone's a rainbow, all this kind of stuff, then it's okay, brother. You will benefit after we've done the solution, and it will just happen by osmosis. But you can't be a part of the discussion because you haven't confessed the first thing.
Yes.
Black people who wants to help black people on black issues.
An alcoholic cannot be allowed.
That's something
He
that
doesn't
doesn't
admit it.
exist.
There you go.
That's
Remember,
something
yeah.
that doesn't exist in
It doesn't exist because black people are intimidated to say that, like you said, everyone else can do it, but black people have been trained by osmosis not to do this. So I say the starting point is to have a black man confess or a black woman confess that they want to help black people on black issues, and they'll be dedicated, right? Now, once we get there, we can actually, if every week you see black people talking, right? then more black people come down. Innit? You get something going where you can actually have more people. And like I said, the brother says he specialises in coding. I'm a front-end designer. This guy might be, he might have a web space.
Also, on a recruitment agency, so it's even easier to recruit.
There you go, right? So what I'm saying is, this is the tangibility I'm talking about. Actual tangible.
This is time.
Huh?
No, I'm saying because of the way the technology, now is the time to do it.
Now it's 100. Like I said, the biggest food company doesn't make any food. The biggest cab company doesn't own any cabs.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, right? So now the goal is to have a network of black people together. And anytime you want something, so you should go, you know what? I want 400 people to dedicate £5 to this cause. Well, there's a network there. You can ask, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Rather than coming there and wondering what this man believes. Because by joining that network, you're saying you're a black person.
Can you elaborate on that bit? You know, when you said rather than people coming here and talking about what they believe, can you elaborate how that becomes problematic?
No, that's good. That's good for building. Right? What I'm saying, when you come here, you don't know. Right?
What's good for building? The disagreements and the...
I know, that's not...
Really. Can you explain why that's not good for building for black people? Can you elaborate on
because when we start going in circles, because
it's like what we disagree upon.
Yeah, because we can't agree for a starting point, innit?
Right.
I'm saying the starting point is black people and black people, right? Yeah. Now, if you're part of a network, the entry level of that network is that.
Yeah.
So you know that everyone in this network is that. But when you come to Speaker's Corner, you meet a black guy, you don't know what they're on, innit?
No.
So you might say black, but they're like,
so you've got to make some commitment.
Yeah, they're climbing over the wall.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that you need to have some kind of institution, some kind of collective, that you know that when you go in there, it's not going to be a whole volcano eruption every time I'm trying to help black people. Because that's what you're there for. That's why I said the starting premise is black
That's we're very passionate about.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but every time I come, I take black people's number, took your number. Yeah, every time I come, right, and I give them my PDF so they can read what I'm about, so they can introduce.
I'll be in contact. God bless you.
Yeah. That's what it is, brother. Yeah. Basically,
I'm going to take you on, but I don't live in Miami.
What'd you do? No, don't tell me that. It's a secret thing.
No. Like, my kids live in Belfast right now.
Okay.
But I live in Guyana.
That's even better. Bro, the network I run.
But that's where I'm taking them to.
And so you should. But the network I'm running, we have people in Gambia, Ethiopia, Jamaica.
But I'm worried about the kids in Belfast too, because there are actually loads of black kids in Belfast at the moment. And they can't go down the other. You know, there's two ways.
Yeah.
They can't go down none of them lanes.
You on YouTube? Are you on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'll give you a guy you can speak to. He's got a big platform in America, and also he's got an audience in the UK. Have you heard of a guy called O'Shea Duke Jackson?
Who?
O'Shea Duke Jackson.
I can't say I have. Do you want to type in on the name?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so bell him up. Just go on his YouTube channel, send him an email. He basically brings any black man, basically any black man on it, as long as it's with a general thing. He talks about black issues. Basically things of that nature.
Japan.
Yeah. You could talk to him. He'll literally let you on the platform and you basically talk. There's also there's like a vast UK audience there as well.
Okay.
I was also on there at one point. I'm also making a YouTube channel in the future as well, specifically to do with black issues in the UK.
All right.
Even though I have worked in the black community, really talking about awareness regarding autism and Asperger's syndrome.
All right.
I actually have Asperger's syndrome myself. I was born with it, and also I do tackle like the community in regards of black issues and things of that nature. Yeah. You could just Google my name, I'm there. That's how known I am.
Jesse, right?
Yeah, Jesse. If you want to Google, is Jesse Shane McQuilkin.
Okay.
And that's I'm on Google. I'm pretty much on YouTube right now. I'm just taking a hiatus. I had to dissociate myself with certain people in America. Like I don't know if you heard of the Black Manosphere. It's basically black people talking about black male issues, things of that nature. But I had to dissociate with them because there was beef and there was a constant infighting. There was nothing productive coming out of it. So I had to basically dissociate myself. So really I'm creating my own thing here. For basically, because I've got a few UK people who talk about things of that nature, so that's really that. And I'm also making a YouTube channel called the Black People's Code UK.
Excellent. Right? Well, that's the dedication we're talking about.
Yeah.
You understand.
Well, why I'm interested because I'm here 2 weeks and I've been to 4 funerals and 3 nights for kids. Yes. And they're like my friends I went to school with, and they're burying their grandparents and their kids.
Yes,
and it's just so sad. We're not really doing anything towards And I feel, because I was in the music, yeah, when I was here, and the record companies disillusioned me because I saw the way they were operating. Now, they're even in America, they're propagating, they're allowing them to say things.
Yeah, there's no control.
Yeah, well, there's nothing. Well, music is free. It is free.
But you wanna affect the mind of the person. So with their freedom, they make choices that doesn't go through the community and cause harm.
Yeah. And I think that kind of, I'm not saying the music's doing it, I'm just saying it's in that one of the
Well,
added
the music
things.
is a representation of what is going on. So we have to change it. So when they go and they start making these records, they have, like I said, if you confess you're a black person will help black people with black issues, then there's some things that you'll be hard to say when you're rapping.
Yeah.
If you really want to help black people, it's hard for you to go on a record and start saying,
I need to
I'm
go,
going to shoot up the
Saying that you're washing up.
Yeah, we have to talk
You'll find me on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
I'm on LinkedIn. And,
What's the guy's name?
I have to tell you.
Huh?
I have to tell you
Yeah, tell
about my
private.
LinkedIn because my LinkedIn is completely different towards my my social media profile.
Yeah,
All right.
Because I keep it completely. I keep
Well, I see
professional.
week to week. We'll talk anyway. We'll talk. So we're good. Fine. Get
All
them
right,
safe.
respect, man.
I forgot. I forgot about you.
Yeah, get them safe. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to kick as well soon a bit. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. But I've got your number, brother. I took your other number. And yeah, I mean, that's just what we can do. You know what I mean?
So you're trying to get them together?
So anytime you come here, the idea is I want all black people who are about black betterment to always come in, always talk here.
Yeah.
So when you meet me is why.
So you've got a platform where we can talk?
Yeah, so I always take people's number and I go and we network there, right? And introduce other people. But when it comes to Speaker's Corner, it's imperative that black people who want to help black people always come and we always meet up. Do you know what I mean? Just like there's people groups that come for the vegans, the flat earthers, the Muslims, the Hebrews. If you're about black betterment, then when you come here, you always have to seek us out. This section there. You know what I mean? And that's what. And then, like I said, my starting base is to actually make an app that connects people. That's why I'm constantly looking for developers, programmers, site holders, whatever it might be.
Yeah. Well, I kind of know about Taylor. Say what the youth will say. That's kind of like an easier thing. You understand? It is like, I know what kind of money goes into putting an app on, getting an app on the phone. You understand? It's like putting out a record. You can just put it on Spotify or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? Kind of like that. But to get everyone to log into it and download it, that's a different thing.
That's marketing. And that's where this comes in. So, like I said, it starts with a few and then it grows, right? That's what it is. So, if you are seeing this stuff here and we're promoting something we've made, then it's going to expand. And by word of mouth, things can really fly. But like I said, we're in the building stage, But brother, let me walk around before I have to kick. Yeah, nice to meet you, Jesse. Nice to meet you, Paul. Well, I will try, but make sure you take the channel's name so you can watch yourself.
What is the channel?
Content over everything.
All right, scene.
Content over everything. From your Benjamin. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen. COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky YG. I just listen to COE. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. I don't even listen to Sky Magic. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE. Man, just listen to COE.